What's going on, guys? X-Wing Sports here, and game's still on, but it's pretty much over, I would say. See if I'm good on the audio and stuff. Yep, all good on audio. Yeah. Um. So, shit, I get the game. So it's pretty much over. Uh, gotta switch accounts real quick. 3 minutes to go. And I'll give you my thoughts in a second once the game ends. Um, let's see what we got here. That's fourth down, yeah.
Take over on downs for the Crimson Tide.
Dang, y'all hear that? Yeah, we just took over on down. So, I would say we didn't play like dominant like I was hoping, but we did get a win here. My Crimson Tide. Let me go over the stats here for. Let's see right here. Let me go over the stats. So we got Desmond Ritter, 17 for 32, 144 yards. Jeremy Ford, 15 carries, 77 yards. He had 5.1 yards per carry, which is pretty good. They should actually have ran the ball more instead of throwing it for 32. But they were behind, so trying to catch back up. So Desmond Ritter played pretty much the way I thought he was going to play. Our defense was lights out. So I'm really excited for that. I figured that was going to happen. Our defense was going to play lights out. Cincinnati, though, they surprised me with their pass defense. I know they have a really good secondary, and I made jokes about them in my preview video. But they're legit. They're legit. Secondary. I didn't think they were bad. I just made jokes because it was a hype video. A bunch of Cincinnati fans were getting butthurt that I wasn't taking that secondary seriously, and they're very good. They held Bryce Young to 17 for 28, 181 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, a bunch of short throws for Bryce Young. He didn't take many shots. So, yeah, there's that. Brian Robinson, 28 carries, 26 carries, 204 yards, 7.8 average on the ground. Brian Robinson was the difference in the game, and I don't know if I mentioned this in the hype video, but I did think that Alabama was going to be able to run the ball on this Cincinnati defense. Their defensive line wasn't going to hold up against Alabama's offensive line, and I'm pretty sure they were going to be stopping they were going to stop in the pass a lot. So, defense did look awesome. So I'm really excited for that. We got some things to work on offensively, but we're not going to face a better secondary in the national championship. I don't think Michigan's better. Michigan's good, but they're not. They're not on Cincinnati's level. I think they got some really good corners, and definitely was surprised by that their defense. But yeah, Brian Robinson, 204 yards. Ja'Cory Brooks, 4 receptions, 66 yards, 1 touchdown. Jamison Williams, 7 receptions, 62 yards. Slade Bolden, 3 receptions, 31 yards, 1 touchdown. Jaleel Billingsley, 1 reception, 12 yards. Cameron Latu, 1 reception, 9 yards, 1 touchdown. Trey Sanders, he got 1 reception. Trey Sanders also ran the ball for 10 carries, 44 yards, 4.4 yards per carry. Jamison Williams, they did a good job of shutting him down. So that's, like I said, their secondary played really good, and I give them props for that. And they're a good team. They did a good job, but in the end, the best team won, and the team with the most depth won. And I tried to explain this to you, Cincinnati fans. You're not playing against Notre Dame. You're playing against Alabama. Alabama's a different beast. Okay, so I figured this kind of game would happen. I didn't think we would hold them to 6 points, but this team keeps surprising me so many times. This team is legit, and I'm happy for our Tide. We're going to the Natty, and I'll be watching the Michigan-Georgia game very intently. So good job. Bryce Young needs to work on some things. He needs to work on his under pressure thing, but there was no wide receivers open. When he was stepping back, he was getting pressured, getting forced to get rid of the ball really quickly. There was nobody open. Their secondary was locked down. So there wasn't much he could do. He did very good for what he could do, and he made some very clutch throws and some very improvised little pitches. I don't know if those were designed, but he did do some of that, and he ran the ball a little bit. So I am happy with Bryce Young. I don't think he played his best game. Definitely not his best game, but you can't do much against that secondary. Anyways, guys, that's pretty much my thoughts on the game. I think we played decent, really good on defense. Offensively, we ran the ball good, and we should have just ran the ball the whole game. For real, we shouldn't even had 28 attempts passing the ball. So, good game. It's everybody matches up differently. We matched up pretty well against Cincinnati. They matched up pretty well against us because they could stop the pass, and that's what our strength was. But I knew we were going to be able to run the ball because of our front. So, good game. Roll Tide, and I'll see you guys